There are 6 luxury SUVs sitting on used car lots right now with price tags that should be illegal. I'm talking about vehicles that left the showroom floor at $60,000, $70,000, even $90,000, now gathering dust because buyers walked past them to finance something German with a 3-year warranty and a ticking clock under the hood. I've been a mechanic for over 2 decades. I've worked on everything from beat-up Corollas to 6-figure Range Rovers. I can tell you with complete confidence that some of the most bulletproof, overbuilt, over-engineered machines I have ever put on a lift are sitting right now at 30 to 35 cents on the dollar of their original price, completely ignored. Here's why that matters to you. When a $60,000 SUV drops to $22,000, the engine does not change. The drivetrain does not suddenly get worse. The bones are identical. What changed is the badge perception, the model year on the title, and a few interior options nobody actually uses. The mechanical heart is the same. For the right buyer, that is the greatest deal in the used car market today. I have personally put customers into all 6 of these, and I have worked on every one. I'm going to tell you exactly what to look for, what to avoid, and why the market is sleeping on every single one of them. Number 6 is the one I always use to open people's eyes. Number 1 is the one I have recommended more than any other in the last 3 years to people who trust my opinion. Stay until the end, because number 1 might be the most undervalued used luxury SUV in America right now. Let's get into it. Number 6, the Infiniti QX80, 2014 to 2019. 2 years ago, a contractor in his mid-50s who put serious miles on a vehicle came into my shop. He was cross-shopping the Chevy Suburban and the Toyota Sequoia and could not justify either price. I asked if he had considered the QX80. He stopped, looked at me sideways, and asked if it was a money pit. I walked him out back and pointed at the QX80 I had used as a personal hauler for 18 months. 187,000 miles, original engine, original transmission. The most expensive thing I ever did to it was a set of tires and a front brake job. Here is what most people do not know about the QX80. That 5.6-liter VK56VD V8 under the hood is the same basic engine architecture powering the Nissan Armada, the Nissan Patrol, and the Nissan Titan. It is a naturally aspirated, timing chain-driven V8 that Nissan has been refining since 2004. No turbos to fail, no intercoolers to leak, just a big, heavy-breathing V8 that was engineered to run forever. Mechanics see these come in at 250,000 miles with original internals routinely. This engine is one of the most durable V8 engines ever put in a production vehicle. The 7-speed automatic paired with it is not glamorous, but it is proven. I have never replaced one of these transmissions on a properly maintained QX80. Current market pricing can be shocking. A 2016 QX80 with 90,000 miles is sitting in the $29,000 to $34,000 range. That vehicle stickered new at $72,000 to $85,000. You are buying a $72,000 truck for $30,000 because it does not say Cadillac or Lincoln on the grille. That is value. When you inspect one, check 3 things. First, pull the oil cap and look for mayonnaise-colored sludge. That means coolant intrusion and you walk away. Second, take it up to highway speed and brake hard from 60 miles per hour. Any shimmy or pulsation means warped rotors. That is a $600 fix, and you can use it to negotiate. Third, activate the 4-wheel drive and test all modes. Any grinding or hesitation in low range means the transfer case actuator is lazily engaging. About $400 to fix, but make them come down on price. The QX80 is for buyers who need full-size SUV capability and 3 rows of adult space without financing a new Cadillac Escalade. If you are hauling 7 passengers on road trips regularly, this is your machine. Number 5. The Lincoln Navigator, 2015 to 2017. The Navigator gets laughed off by enthusiasts, and every time that happens, a smart buyer picks one up for $21,000 and drives it to 200,000 miles without a second thought. The 3.5-liter EcoBoost V6 in these produces 380 horsepower. It shares the same basic platform as the engine put into the Ford F-150 Raptor. It is a force-fed twin turbocharged unit, and yes, turbos mean more complexity. But Ford had been developing this engine since 2009 and had sorted out the early kinks by the time the 2015 Navigator shipped. Carbon buildup on the intake valves is the main thing to watch because direct injection does not wash the valves with fuel. A $200 walnut blasting service every 60,000 miles keeps it clean. The real story here is the depreciation. A 2017 Lincoln Navigator Reserve, loaded, cost $80,000 out the door. Today you can find that same truck for $24,000 to $29,000. The leather is still soft. The panoramic roof still opens. The massaging seats still massage. Nothing about the luxury experience has changed. What changed is that a new Navigator came out in 2018 with an updated body, and overnight the previous generation became invisible to buyers. Inspect the air suspension first. Some 2015 and 2016 Navigators with the continuously controlled damping suspension develop air leaks at the rear. You will notice the rear sitting low after the vehicle sits overnight. Air suspension compressor replacement runs about $700. Negotiate accordingly or walk. Second, check all the electronics. Sync 3 infotainment should respond quickly with no black screen on startup. If it is lagging or freezing, a software update sometimes fixes it, but occasionally the module needs replacement. Third, look at the running boards. The power deployable running boards on these have a motor that can fail. Listen for grinding when you open the door. The Navigator is for buyers who want American full-size luxury at an absolutely absurd discount. If you have ever wanted to pull up somewhere in a big, commanding, genuinely comfortable SUV without a monthly payment that makes you sweat, here is your window. Number 4. The Cadillac Escalade from 2015 to 2020. I'll be honest with you, 10 years ago, I would have told you to avoid the Escalade. The earlier generations had issues that gave this nameplate a complicated reputation. But the 5th generation Escalade from 2015 onward is a different machine entirely, and the engine under the hood changed everything. The 6.2-liter L86 V8 is legitimately one of the best American engines ever built. 420 horsepower, naturally aspirated, and fitted with an active fuel management system called AFM that shuts down 4 cylinders on the highway to save fuel. The AFM system itself is the one thing to watch. Some owners have had lifter failures on the AFM cylinders. The fix is well documented, an AFM delete kit and a tune, running about $1,200 at an independent shop. Do that on purchase and you have effectively bulletproofed the engine. The 8L90 8-speed automatic in these is excellent. I have seen them go past 200,000 miles without issue on vehicles that were maintained properly. A loaded 2017 Escalade ES5 Premium stickered at $95,000. Today you can buy that truck for $38,000 to $46,000. You are getting a third-row SUV with a magnetic ride control suspension, a Bose audio system, and a 6.2-liter V8 for less than a base Toyota Highlander costs new. Before you buy, do the AFM check. Pull a current owner forum, look up the VIN, and see if the AFM delete has already been done. If it has, that is a bonus. If not, factor $1,200 into your offer. Check the magnetic ride control suspension by driving over rough pavement. It should feel controlled, not like the suspension gave up. Any clunking over bumps means a shock absorber is failing. At $400 per corner, negotiate hard. Also check the sunroof seal. Some models from 2015 to 2017 developed small leaks around the panoramic roof on the rear panel. Look for any staining on the headliner above the third row. Number 3. The Volvo XC90, 2016 to 2019. I know what you're thinking. Volvo, expensive to fix, complicated. I thought the same thing until I spent 2 years tracking repair histories on second-generation XC90s that came through my shop and shops I know. The Drive ET6 powertrain in the 2016 to 2019 XC90 is a 2.0-liter four-cylinder, both turbocharged and supercharged, producing 316 horsepower. On paper, that sounds like an engineer's nightmare waiting to happen. In practice, Volvo over-engineered the internals because they were asking a 2.0-liter to punch above its weight. The short block is robust. The supercharger handles low-end torque, while the turbo takes over at higher engine speed, reducing stress on both systems. The Aisin 8-speed automatic paired with it is a well-known, durable unit used across multiple manufacturers. What actually goes wrong on these? The panoramic sunroof seal develops leaks over time. It's a $300 fix that feels expensive until you compare it to a BMW X5 sunroof drain clog that turns into $2,000 of interior water damage. The 12-volt auxiliary battery, a small battery that supports the start-stop system, needs replacement around 80,000 miles. It's a $180 part and about 30 minutes of labor. That is the most common thing I see on these. A 2018 XC90 T6 Inscription, fully loaded, was $68,000 new. Today, that same truck runs $24,000 to $31,000. The Scandinavian interior quality, the seats that feel like they were designed by aerospace engineers, all of it is still intact. The only thing that changed is the calendar year. Inspect the front differential seal on all-wheel drive models. A small leak there is common on higher mileage examples and is a $250 fix. Non-negotiable repair, but a great negotiating chip. Number 2. The Acura MDX, 2017 to 2020. If you have ever wanted to understand why some mechanics quietly drive luxury SUVs while their customers overpay for German alternatives, this is the example I use. The Acura MDX is a Honda pilot wearing a suit. I mean that in the best possible way. The J35Y 3.5-liter V6 under the hood is a Honda engine through and through. Naturally aspirated, timing chain-driven, no turbos, no complexity. Honda has been building variations of this engine block for decades. I have personally seen these motors run to 280,000 miles without touching the internals. SHAWD, Super Handling All-Wheel Drive, is Acura's genuine engineering achievement. It does not just send power to all four wheels. It actively torque vectors between the rear wheels during cornering, making this three-row luxury SUV handle better than most sedans. The system is surprisingly robust. I have never replaced a rear differential on an MDX. I know mechanics who have been working on Hondas for 30 years and say the same thing. Acura refreshed the MDX for 2017 and updated the 9-speed automatic that had some early complaints in the 2014 to 2016 models. Stick with 2017 and newer for the most sorted drivetrain. A 2018 MDX Advanced package was $52,000 new. Right now you can find that truck for $22,000 to $27,000 with under 80,000 miles. You are buying Honda reliability wrapped in genuine leather, a 10-speaker ELS audio system, and a sunroof that takes up the entire roof, for the price of a base Corolla with a markup. When you inspect one, check the VTM4 all-wheel drive warning light on the dash during startup. It should flash briefly and go off. If it stays illuminated, the rear differential fluid is degraded or the system has a fault. A fluid flush is $180 and fixes most cases. Second, test the heated and cooled seats. The cooling element in the driver's seat fails on some high-mileage units. Third, pull up the maintenance history. Honda recommends maintenance minder service intervals. If the previous owner ignored the B13 service, the differential fluids may be original. Not a deal breaker, but factor in $300 for fresh fluids across all three differentials. If I had to buy one used three-row luxury SUV right now for under $27,000 and live with it for 10 years, the MDX would be my shortlist. But it is not number one. Number one is the one that still gives me pause at how undervalued it is given what it actually is under the sheet metal. If this kind of information is helping you make smarter decisions with your money, hit subscribe. I am publishing more of this on a regular basis, and I am not going to sugarcoat a single thing. Number one, the Lexus GX460 from 2010 to 2019. Let me tell you exactly what a GX460 is, because the market clearly does not fully understand it. The GX460 is built on the Toyota Land Cruiser Prado platform. That is the same platform that United Nations fleets run into the ground in the harshest terrain on Earth and then repair with locally sourced parts in the middle of nowhere. The 4.6-liter 1GRFE V8 in this vehicle is naturally aspirated, timing chain driven, and was engineered to run in conditions that would destroy most other engines. I have worked on a 2011 GX460 with 312,000 original miles. Original engine. The owner changed the oil every 5,000 miles and drove it like a normal person. That is the maintenance record on a 312,000-mile engine. This is not the same as saying a luxury brand probably has Toyota reliability. The GX460 literally shares its bones with the Land Cruiser. The transfer case is a proper torsion locking center differential. The suspension is a full double wishbone front and solid rear axle setup built for durability over decades, not comfort over 3 years. The 6-speed automatic in these has a track record so clean it is almost boring to talk about. I had a client 18 months ago, a real estate agent, who came to me wanting a used BMW X5. Her budget was $31,000. She wanted luxury, reliability, and something that could handle Colorado winters without drama. I pulled up what a 2014 BMW X5X Drive 35i with 85,000 miles was going to cost her in average annual maintenance. The number I cited was $1,200 to $1,800 per year, and that is before any surprise failures on the turbocharged N55 engine or the air suspension components that are common on that generation. Then I showed her a 2015 Lexus GX460 Luxury with 78,000 miles at $32,500. Same budget. She pushed back immediately and said it looked old-fashioned. I told her to drive it for 15 minutes and then tell me it looked old-fashioned. She texted me 4 days later. She bought the GX. Her words were, "I feel like I am cheating somehow." Current market pricing on the GX460 is the only thing keeping it from being an obvious choice. A 2014 GX460 Premium with 80,000 miles sits around $29,000 to $34,000. A 2017 GX460 with similar miles runs $38,000 to $44,000. These are not giveaway prices like some of the other trucks on this list, but consider what you are getting. A $65,000 original manufacturer's suggested retail price Land Cruiser Prado with a Lexus interior, a V8, real four-wheel drive with low range, and a reliability record that is essentially unmatched in the luxury SUV category. Here is the inspection checklist for the GX460. First and most importantly, check for the 2010 model year brake override recall. Toyota issued this for the 2010 GX460 specifically over a software issue. It was addressed years ago, but verify the vehicle identification number has the completed fix. Second, listen for any clicking or popping from the front suspension on slow speed turns over uneven surfaces. The upper ball joints on some models made before 2014 wear at higher mileages. A four-wheel alignment check and inspection runs $80 and will tell you everything. Third, test the rear locking differential. In a safe area, engage differential lock and drive slowly with the wheel turned. Smooth engagement means the system is healthy. Any hesitation or grinding, walk away or budget $600 for the actuator. Fourth, inspect the third row seat mechanisms. These fold forward and occasionally the locking lever sticks on high mileage units. That is not mechanical, but it tells you how much the third row was used and abused. Who should buy the GX460? Anyone who wants to own a vehicle for 12 or 15 years and never think about it. Anyone who lives somewhere with real winters, real terrain, and real stakes if their vehicle fails. Anyone who has priced out a new Toyota Land Cruiser at $90,000 and is looking for an alternative. The GX460 is not a compromise. It is a Land Cruiser with leather seats at a used car price. Who should skip it? If you need maximum on-road comfort and a floaty, isolated ride, the air suspension on a Lincoln Navigator will feel more plush. If cargo space is your priority, the GX460 third row is tight. It is a 2-adult or 4-child third row situation, not a 6-adult hauler. And if fuel economy is your primary concern, the 4.6-liter V8 is rated at 15 miles per gallon in the city and 20 on the highway. Nobody buys a GX460 for fuel economy. They buy it to outlast everything else on the road. Here is the bottom line on all 6 of these. The market makes mistakes all the time. It overlooks the QX80 because it says Infiniti. It ignores the Escalade because of a reputation from 15 years ago. It walks past the XC90 because of Volvo's complicated history. And it completely sleeps on the GX460 because it thinks Land Cruiser reliability is reserved for 6-figure new trucks. Your job is to see what the market misses. You now have a 6-vehicle shortlist of luxury SUVs with legitimate engineering credentials, real reliability track records, and prices that are genuinely insulting to how good these machines actually are. The next time a dealer tries to steer you toward a 3-year-old German lease return with 60,000 miles and a brake fluid service overdue, you will know better. If you want to know which used SUVs I tell people to avoid, no matter how good the deal looks on paper, the ones that look like bargains on the lot and become money pits in the driveway, that video is right here. It will save you from making a very expensive mistake. That is the real list. Like this video if it helped. Subscribe so you do not miss the next one. I will keep giving you the straight truth that nobody with something to sell you ever will. Drive smart, maintain your machine, and it will take care of you. See you in the next one.